Hello and welcome, friends, to Marie Green Yoga here on YouTube. And today we are going to work our way into Trikonasana. This is the third video in a series of 30 where we will work different body parts to get into a peak pose, or just simply to enjoy the journey of opening up different parts of our body as we go along. And we have so far done forward fold Uttanasana and Prasarita Padottansana, which is also a forward fold with feet wide apart, which leads us into Trikonasana today. So we'll do yoga poses into Trikonasana, and next video will be yoga into Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolved triangle. We start and end with Ujjai Breaths. So let's take a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on my block, and I have an extra block and a strap nearby for extra help and extra length for my arms and legs. So from here, take your hands onto your lap, please. And you can close your eyes. You can put your tongue into the roof of the mouth and start to let your body settle down and being right here and right now. And then we will start by taking 3 to 5 counts, inhaling, holding it at the top, and exhaling all the air out. Emptying out the air and inhaling. Holding it slightly on the top and exhaling. Exhaling all air out. Inhaling one more. And exhaling. And making your way back to normal breathing, letting the breath come and go as it likes. And then we're going to make our way down onto our backs and take the strap with us and just have it close by. So let's come on to our backs. In no fancy manner, we just lay ourselves down. And from here, bring the knees into the chest and circle on to your sacrum, finding all the 3 different sides on the sacrum, and take a little loop around and checking in if there's any adhesions, any buildup since last practice, or just daily living, sitting, walking, standing, running. Let's come to the other lap around and check to see that the sacrum feels free and clear, an open pathway for moving our legs and our hips and the lower back. And then from here, take your knees into the chest and just hug the femurs all the way in and root and ground the femurs. And exhale, release. Taking our feet all the way back down, finding your strap, please. Taking the right foot into the center of the strap and feeding the arms up and over. One of my favorite leg stretches, and to wake up in towards the back of the legs and rooting and grounding the femur. From here, take your right knee and bend it down and push your right mound of the big toe up towards the sky, and bending your right knee and push your mound of the big toe away. We'll do it one more time to check our back of the legs, our midline, and then walk your right hand up to the foot and take your right leg out to the side. Very similar from our practice the other day. Take your left hand onto your left quad and making sure that we're only externally rotating as far down as we can. Keep our left hip onto the mat. Parsva Uttanasana Padangusthasana. One more breath here, and then gently bringing it all the way back up and switch second side. Take your left foot into the strap and send your right foot forward. Sweep your arms up and over the head and take your right leg forward. Extend your mounds of the big toes and activate the inner edges of the legs, and then we'll bend the left knee down and extending it back out, and bending the left knee down and extending and bending it one more time. Midline, adductors, inner knee, inner ankle, mound of the big toe. One more breath here, and then take your left hand into the both of your straps and your right hand onto the top of your right femur, and then taking our left leg to the side, keeping the right femur down. It should feel a little bit easier maybe than our previous day when we worked our way into feet wide apart. Press the mounds of the big toes away, activate all the way out to the toes. One more breath here, and then we'll take it all the way back up and take our strap to the side, please, and bring your knees into the chest. And from here, hands underneath the knees and roll your way all the way up. And we're going to come on to our knees, please. Taking our toes and flattening them out underneath us. And from here, arms up to the sky. Interlace your hands, index finger to the sky, and come over to the left side and stretch into the right side of the waist. Rooting and grounding down through the knees, out through the toes, spreading the 10 toes behind you, and taking it up and over and getting into the side body, coming into the right side and stretching into the left side of the waist. IT band, iliac crest, spaces between the ribs. And we'll stay one more breath here, and then we'll come all the way back out. Arms to the side. Take your left hand down, right foot out to the side, and we'll come to side plank supported style, and stretching all the way up and over from the whole hip area through the waist, through the layers between the ribs. Take the gaze underneath the upper arm if it's available, and slowly bringing it all the way back up, and using the power of your center to come back onto knees. From our center, let's take the right hand down to the side and sweep the left leg out and come with your left arm up and over. Press your left foot down, scoop the tailbone, take the gaze underneath the left upper arm. And we'll take a few nice breaths here, stretching for the whole left side of the body and lengthening the right side at the very same time, and opening up our pathways into the side of the spine. And gently take the left arm up and use the power of the core to lift ourselves back up and come to the knees. And then from here, come to cat-cow by setting our second finger towards the front of the mat and elbow creases towards each other. Tuck the toes under, arch the spine to the sky, broaden into the lower back, and inhale, long spine. Exhale, release, and arch the spine up towards the sky and create space for each and every vertebrae all the way up to the base of the neck. And we'll do one more. Inhale and exhale, pressing hands and knees and toes down. And last one. And then from here, come with upper arms in, pull the belly button in, tuck the toes, come to downward facing dog with bent knees, please. Come up high onto your toes, extend the side body, right heel down towards the mat, and left heel down towards the mat. And one more time, right heel down, and left heel down, stretching through the back of the legs, Achilles, calves, knees, pedal about. If your heels are off, feel free to bend your knees and lift your sacrum high up into the sky. Either way, lift your sacrum high up in towards the sky and tone into the belly. Come to plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Lower all the way down, elbows tucking in, widening into our cobra. Untucking your toes, pull your shoulders back, pull the ears back, and exhale. Come back down, push back, child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. And make your way back to tabletop and to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And we'll do that 2 more times. Plank, please. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Find the midline, find your center, and come down, elbows tucked in. Reverse, lowering nice and slow. Pull shoulders up and back, untuck your toes. Come to your cobra, your version of your cobra where it feels good for your spine and your hips. Exhale, coming back down. Push back, child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Getting some nice opening into ankles, knees, and hips, shoulders. Tabletop, down dog. And from down dog, plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. And lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Broadening the chest, toning the belly. Exhale, bring it back down. And child's pose, big toes together, knees apart. And come back to tabletop and to downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep your hands down, pull the belly button in, and take a walk with your feet to the hands. Inhale, long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hinge and fold. 2 more times, Ardha Uttanasana. Fingers or hands under the knees. Exhale, hinge and fold. 1 more, Ardha Uttanasana, a nice big wave for the spine. And exhale, hinge and fold. Take your hands to your hips, elbows to sky. Root your feet and come to standing. And from here, inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, hinge and fold. Bend into the knees, Uttanasana. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, place your hands, step back to downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step 1 foot between the hands so that we can meet standing towards each other. Here we are in feet wide apart with our hands supporting onto the mat. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Upper arm bones into the shoulder socket and bringing it back out. Let's do 2 more shoulder push-ups to check and see that shoulders are open and a nice ripple effect for the whole spine and to the hips. And inhale, come up onto fingertips. Tuck your right heel in and your right toes out and come to Skandasana. Right knee bent, left heel down. I like to call it karate chop as well. Come all the way, almost down to the mat, levitating, checking in with adductors and sweeping up and over. Left elbow into the left knee. And we'll do it again, up and over. Inhale and exhale. Opening up into adductors and taking it all the way back up. And back to our feet wide apart with hands supporting us onto the mat. Turning over to the right side. Take your left knee down, hips facing in the same direction. Take your arms forward and up and come to Ananatansana. Pull your outer hips forward. Heels towards the sit bone, the right heel towards your right sit bone. 1 more breath here. And exhale, release hands to the mat. And extend and come to Skandasana. And then we'll come up and over to your second side. Come over into Ananatansana, right knee down, left heel towards the left sit bone, arms forward and up. Pull your heel towards the sit bone, come forward in the hips, stretch into your quad, your hip flexor, pull the belly button in. And 1 more breath here. And exhale, release hands to the mat and come to Skandasana. And we'll make our way back onto feet wide apart. Staying right here. Heel of the hand aligned with the heel of the feet. Arch the belly. Take the top of the head either to the mat or towards the floor or towards a block. Pull the inner edges of the feet to the midline. broaden into the legs, shins in and thighs out. One more breath here, and then inhale, long spine, extend the arms, bring your feet a little bit closer together. Take your right hand outside your left shin ankle and your left hand outside your right shin ankle. And we're going to press our shins in with the power of our arms. Shins in, thighs out, creating space for adductors, making healthy pathways for our knees. One more breath. And then inhale, flying our arms to the side and switching sides. Taking the right arm to the left hand and the left to the right. And then we'll just cross the arms in the opposite direction or the opposite layer. Shins in, thighs out, fire out all the way out to your toes. A few more breaths here. And gently release. And from here, hands to the mat. And we're going to turn our way over to the right side, staying nice and tall onto the back toes. Squeeze the glutes, find our balance, and sweep the arms up to the sky for high crescent lunge. And we'll sink it down a little bit further. Bending the left knee, take the right wrist around your left and come up and over towards the right side. Bending the left knee, coming over to the right side. Full crescent side body. And bring it back up to the center. Extend the arms, sink a little further down. Hands inside your right leg. And then we'll come over to the second side, making our way over to the left side, turning the left foot and coming up high onto your right toes. Coming to high crescent lunge. From our feet wide apart pose, squeeze the glutes, arms to the side, arms forward and up, bicep towards ears, high crescent. Bend your right knee, take your right wrist over to the left side, scoop the tailbone, inhaling and exhaling. Few more breaths right here. And bring it back out to the center, arms to each side, high crescent lunge. One more breath. And exhale, release. Hands to the mat and turn towards the front. One more, feet wide apart with hands, heel of the hands aligned with the heel of the feet. Arch the spine. Maybe there is a little bit more space into the back of the legs. Hugging the midline, nice and strong. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. One more breath here. And press the palms, extend the arms. Make your way to the front of your mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come forward to plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Hug the midline. Lower the elbows into the rib cage and come all the way down to the belly. Untuck your toes. You can widen your feet a little bit and come to your cobra. Shoulders back, ears back. And exhale, take it all the way back down. Push back, child's pose. And we'll take a pause in child's pose. Arms forward, hips nice and lengthening from hips to shoulders, to elbows, to wrists. One more breath here. And gently come all the way back up to tabletop, to downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up to the horizon, hug the midline, externally rotate and bend your right knee here. Come up high on your left toes, bend your left knee, spread your toes. One more breath here, and then step your right foot between the hands for warrior two. Windmill in left arm and the right arm up, and we'll stay nice and low right here. Press the mounds of the big toes down and extend the front leg and coming back down and extending and coming back down, kind of testing the adductors, checking to see how it feels for the hips. And last one, warrior two, long side body. Inhale, exhale, and creating lots of space for the right side of the waist. We're going to windmill the right arm down, left arm down, straddle the front foot, come up high on your back toes, step back, down dog. Take that right leg back up to the sky and give it a nice opening. And exhale, Downward facing dog. Plank pose, shoulders and wrists stacked, lower all the way down, elbows tucked in. Inhale, cobra. Untuck your toes, articulate each and every vertebrae. Exhale, come back down, push back, child's pose. And make your way from child's pose back up to tabletop and to downward facing dog. 4 seconds side, prepping for our Trikonasana. Spread your fingers, lift your upper arm bones, come up on your toes, bend your knees, sweep your left leg up to the sky, bend your left knee up here, externally rotate, press the palms, hug your belly, step your left foot between the hands, warrior two, arms to the horizon, bending the front knee, sinking nice and deep down. And extend your front leg by pressing down the mound of the big toe on both feet. And inhale and exhale. And one more. Inner edge of your foot, inner edge of the knee, and inner edge of your inner thigh. Flip your left palm up, and from warrior two, come back into reclining warrior, opening the side body, side of the hip, building strength in the legs, and really opening all the pathways on the whole left side of the body. Windmill left arm and right arm down to each side of your left foot. Come up high in your back toes, step back, down dog. Take your left leg up to the sky and give it a little opening up here. And then back down for downward facing dog. To plank pose. And lowering all the way down. Inhale, cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. And exhale, coming back down, push back, child's pose, big toes together, knees apart. Sinking down, pulling belly button in, creating space for lower back. Inhale to tabletop and to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, step your feet or take a walk over to your hands by keeping your hands down and creating space for the back body. And hinge and fold, Uttanasana. Hands to hips, elbows to sky, root your feet and come to standing. Open your feet wide apart, please, and take your blocks on each side behind you, but you have them either flat or tall, and we'll keep them right there for now. They'll move to the front here in a little bit, but they can stay there for now. So let's step our feet wide apart, arms to the side, and take your right toes out towards the side and take your right palm up to the sky. So now we have reclining Trikonasana. And reclining Trikonasana, one more breath here. And then from here, we'll come down into half triangle pose with our right hand underneath our knee. And we're just gonna do a little sawing down and back up. And pressing down the mounds of the big toes. And sawing down and back up. And down to the ankle and up to the knee. One more time. And then from here, take your left hand to the hip and take your right hand down. Find your block and take it to the inside of your right foot and take both hands on your block. So take the block a little bit further out and press your hands into it. Arch the spine, the belly. Inhale and exhale. Create lots of space for the lower back. One more breath here. Abdominals are hugging in. And then from here, take your block again behind your ankle, shin ankle, right hand on the mat, on the right hand on the block, and the left hand to your hip. And then turn your right rib cage over towards the front, and the left comes back, and the belly button is hugging in, and the left arm is coming up. And then we have made our way into Trikonasana with the support of a block. Take the gaze up towards the thumb. And we'll stay one more breath here. And exhale, bend your front knee and come back to warrior two. And from warrior two, extend all the way back up and tuck your right foot in, hands to hips. Take a little pause for the arms. Turn your left toes out and your left heel in. Arms to the side. Flip your left palm up and sweep it up, creating length and lifting off of our rotators and lifting off of the glutes and just making some good space for the hips so that it feels easeful to fold and hinge to the side. Lateral hinges is not always easy for the body, so we create a lot of space here. One more breath, and then arms to the side, left hand underneath the knee. Do a little check for our adductors and using our core to saw our hand down and back up to the knee and back down and taking it back up. And one more, taking it all the way up and down. And then from here, taking your left hand down and finding your block, putting it behind your ankle so your shoulder and your wrist is stacked, and then the right arm is up to the sky. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. Take the gaze up towards the sky. Shoulder blades together onto the back, pressing down the mounds of the big toes. One more breath here, and then bending your front knee and making your way up into warrior two, arms to the side and squaring off the front knee and making your way back up to your Prasarita Padottansana with hands on hips. Step your feet all the way together, and then we'll take the block and squeeze it between the inner upper thigh. You can take one block to the side and take your block and give it a good squeeze to hug everything back into the midline. We're going to come down to the mat, and then we'll do one more Trikonasana. For now, squeeze the block, hug from your hips, from your adductors, all the muscles of the legs. It is shins hugging in. We are squeezing the block and broadening into the thighs. Tadasana, the feet are hip widths apart, knees are slightly bent. Let's come to Uttanasana, arms forward and up by the ears, lengthening evenly from hips to shoulders. Squeeze block. You can sit down as far as you like or as little as you like. And then we make it all the way back up. Take the block to the side. We're going to make our way to the mat. Let's take a little vinyasa to the mat. Let's take the big toes together and have the heels slightly apart. We'll see how that feels. Hands to heart. Release the hands. Inhale, arms to sky. Palms together. Exhale, hinge and fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, place your hands. Step back, plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Come up high on your toes. Engage your core. Elbows in and lower your body down. Inhale to your cobra. Inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Pull your ears back. Make sure to untuck your toes. And exhale, come back down. And from here, come to tabletop and situate yourself so you're in the center of the mat. And then we're going to come down onto our left side and start with our right leg into Ananatansana. Come onto your forearm. Come with your left leg straight and your peace fingers around your right big toe. Taking your right knee towards the shoulder. We are onto the left side of the hip. We have the best of our ability, long side bodies, and then we karate chop the right pinky toe side away so the foot is nice and even up to the sky as we lengthen up with our right leg straight and our left leg straight. And from here, we could take it all the way down onto our arm, holding our balance, little test drive, and coming into our side body and really kind of finding that midline, pressing the mounts of the big toes away and holding on with your peace fingers at the same time and activating perhaps a couple of new layers on the adductor side, hamstring layers on the right side, and the center line. And then from here, release your hand and your foot and take your foot back down and see if it can become as long as the left leg so feet can be stacked. one on top of the other. And then we'll come back up and switch to the second side. And come on to your right forearm. And from right forearm, take your peace fingers around your left big toe, extend your right leg, be on your right glute hip area. And from here, karate chop your left pinky toe side away, so we have a good activation onto our foot and to the shin. And from there, spread the toes, find your balance on your side body, hold the midline as best as we can. And here we are in Ananatansana, and coming into like a very similar pose as Trikonasana, but certainly very different. It can go in different directions. However, we're going to take that right arm down and out, nice and slow. Stay with me. And then coming down and getting a little extra stretch for that left adductors, inner hamstring, medial hamstring layers, binding our body together by squeezing everything to the midline, keeping karate chop onto that left pinky toe side, active bottom leg, active top leg, and then let go of your leg and your foot, and making your way back up. And come to the front of your mat for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And see if there's maybe a different feeling into the legs. Pedal your right heel, your left heel. Plank pose. Lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Exhale, take it back down, push back, child's pose. We'll do a little check right here. Press the palms, plug the belly button in, extend, extend, extend the whole back body as we're holding the front body in. One more breath, and gently make your way back up and come to downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step one foot between the hands so that we can windmill up and come and face each other for one more Trikonasana. Hands to hips. Now, you might still have your blocks. Please take your blocks on each side, this time outside of your right foot, if you would like to. Take the arms to the side. We have our wrists and our ankles stacked above and below each other. Wide Trikonasana today. Turn your right heel halfway in and then your right toes halfway out. And that way we kind of keep the nice wide distance. Hug into your knees, pull the belly button in. Let's take the right arm up to the sky, finding that length. And then we'll take our right hand below the right knee and see how it feels to keep our right hand underneath the knee. Slightly bend into the knees, pull the belly button in, and then we'll start to traverse our hand down towards the ankle. And maybe we'll stay here. Maybe we'll take the hand over to the big toe with our peace fingers wrapped around. And then maybe we'll take our gaze up towards the thumb. And we are pressing down and lifting up all at the same time, keeping our side bodies nice and long. One more breath here. Gaze down, hand to ankle, bend your front knee, find warrior two, and then extend your front leg and turn to the second side. Hands can come to the hips for a little pause. And then we're going to turn the left heel in halfway and left toes out halfway. And check to see that it feels comfortable to stand like this. Arms to the side. Left palm flips to the sky, taking it up and back and up and back. Feed your right hand down towards your knee, create space for the left side body, and then arms to the side, palms facing down, left hand underneath your left knee, and then we slowly going to take that left hand down towards the ankle with nice integration of all our muscles hugging in. Perhaps the hand stays on the ankle, on the block, or peace fingers around the big toes. Stay into your center. Squeeze from the front, from the back, from the sides. Press the mounts of the big toes down. Ungrip your toes and lengthen your toes. Trikonasana, opening pathways for legs, for hips, for lower back. And we'll stay one more breath here. And then bend the front knee and warrior two. And make your way up into tall standing, hands to hips. Walk our feet back into the midline, shake them out a little bit, and then we'll come to the front of the mat and release the hands down, big toes together, heels apart, arms to sky, palms up. Exhale, hinge and fold, Uttanasana, bending into your knees as you fold forward, top of the head towards the mat. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones. Plank pose. Lower down. Inhale to cobra, undo your toes. And exhale, belly down, child's pose, big toes together, knees maybe even a little extra wider apart. Come into child's pose for 5 breaths and hug everything back in together. Reach the arms forward and then put your elbows down and letting the body restore all of those different poses and information that it brought to our body and remembrance to all the different nook and crannies. Our big toes, ankles, the knees, the adductors, rotators, lower back, and our side body, shoulders opened. And then gently make your way back up to tabletop. And from here, either you come and lay down or you come with me and take a seat, and we'll take our 3 Ujjai breaths. And maybe we'll take another Shavasana after that, or maybe we go about our day, or perhaps we sit a little extra long and enjoy our practice and the energies that it brings with us and savor the moment. From here, take your hands into your lap and sit nice and tall. Pull the chin in and make sure to sit comfortably. If you needed a pillow, a block, a blanket, something that makes you feel elevated in your lower back and your hips, especially after our little fun journey into Trikonasana. There are certainly a million ways to get there, and this was one. Thanks for going there with me and opening into our legs and finding more rooting and grounding cords. And then from here, we're going to take the tongue into the roof of the mouth again and softening the breath. And then starting to move the breath a little bit deeper. This time around, we'll take it 5 counts for the inhale and 5 counts for the exhale. And holding and exhaling. And holding and inhaling. And holding and exhaling. And inhaling one more round. And exhaling. Exhaling all the air out. And returning to normal breath. Stay here, savor the moment. We'll take a full body stretch on the back and find Shavasana, or simply store all the energy that we exchanged and move on with the day. Anything that works. Maybe there is journaling going on, maybe there is taking notes for your practice and how it felt in your body, and any of those, or there is lots more options to do. I really thank you for being here, and our next practice together in this series is Parivrtta Trikonasana, so expect a couple of more twists for next practice of different kinds to take us into revolved triangle in a comfortable and smooth way. And these 30 classes are also layered with 30 classes of Pilates fusion with pelvis clock to untie and unlock energies in hips and lower back. So join me there too if you would like to, or any other of my 350 plus videos here on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and maybe share with a friend. And I thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Namaste.